Drivin Ivan here. This is a 1974 TVR 2500M. Trevor Wilkinson. He was an innovative British guy who wanted to build really fast, outrageous cars. Some of them had V8s. This one actually has Triumph 2.5-liter V6 running gear, but fiberglass body. He was really good and innovative with chassis design. So this thing is really a speed demon for back in the day for 1974. I'm going to drive it. I'm going to review it. So smash that like button and subscribe. Here we go on this 2500M TVR. You know, I'm really meeting some of my heroes today. Earlier today, I reviewed this right here, inspired by my love of the Matchbox car, the Iso Grifo. And this gentleman has an amazing car collection here on the water. And I'm going to be reviewing many of his cars today, starting with that Iso Grifo. But this one, really, I knew someone had one actually at a local high school, private school, and he drove this to school every day. So it's so cool to see this. I've driven one other TVR, and honestly, it was a dog. And this gentleman here really maintains his cars well. This is an amazing car that he found and was kind of after, I think, and he finally got the deal done. Look at this beautiful pullback sunroof there. The beautiful kind of fastback design. The louver on the side, those beautiful looking wheels that are, you know, the whole thing just looks kind of aggressive. It's a really beautiful shape for 1974. Kind of a wedge shape in a sense. Just lovely. Look at those two little hood scoops there. Functional indeed. And bright red on this bright sunny day. Wow. How nice is this? M badge on the back. Dual exhausts. Wow. Nothing but glass back there. That's a cool design. Look at the gas cap is even cool. Look at the fender flares and even a defroster in that screen back there. Look at that. Fancy schmancy for 1974. I love the shape. I've always loved these. Like I said, you know, when you see a car when you're young and you're kind of learning about cars, this one is, I've always been fascinated with TVRs. So happy to get the opportunity to share this one with you guys and drive it. That Iso Grifo was, oh my God, it was so beautiful. And this also looks incredibly beautiful. What do you think? Do let me know in the comments, and I hope you've liked this video and subscribed as well. Okay, let me step on into the interior here. Whoop! Wow, fiberglass, so there's a little chassis flex. These are light cars. One of them was advertised as an earlier model, 980 pounds and faster than everything on the road. So there you go. That's kind of cool, huh? Very sporting interior here. Little pleating in the door card over there. Roll up windows. Little grab handle there. Nothing but what you need up front. Just a big speedo and tachometer. What's it showing now? 34,000 miles. The wipers and the washers there. Pedals kind of off to the left-hand side. And looks like you could get some heel and towing done there. They call it heel and towing, but it's actually usually a bit different. That's a racing technique for those that don't know. But here we go. The gauges, Smith's gauges, saying that we're in a Triumph. Battery, water, oil, fuel, heater, cigar, lights, ignition, panel, choke, hazard, and this beautiful AM/FM radio. My family had a car stereo business in Old Town Alexandria back in the day near the Metro. Just a beautiful day here, sunroof, and I'm always a fan of that view out the back. Look at that. A lot of storage too. This is definitely a GT car, and you can certainly take it on a long trip and do some spirited driving along the way, right? You probably want to hear the beep beep. Right, Laura? Nice. There's the production information and things like that. Very sporting interior. Look how you're just like separated by that huge center column there. That's just so cool. And again, just so much glass. And really, really a unique car. That fiberglass body. Absolutely awesome. Look at the heater control down there. That's kind of crazy. And the key is like, it's hard to explain how far back that is. Look, here's the steering wheel. It's way down here. That is very, very interesting. Wow. 4 speeds and reverse on the transmission. Apparently some of them were converted to 5-speed manual. There's the handbrake. Wow, that's pretty cool. But yeah, got your Union Jack there too. How about that? All right, there it is, 2.5 liter, 6-cylinder from the Triumph TR6, putting out, I think it's 109 horsepower, 133 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in just over 9 seconds, 2,200 pounds, probably dry, but still, it's pretty light. Apparently, it does pretty well in crash tests with this spare tire up front. So, yeah. Time to hop in and drive. Woohoo! Okay, here we go. I'm gonna jump in and drive. I'm so excited. Woohoo! Okay, so behind the wheel of the TVR 2500M, how does the shifter feel? Pretty darn snicky. Nice short, stubby stick and kind of short throws too. Very snicky. Yeah. Super nice. Wow. And as I said when I was showing you the pedal box, they are definitely canted off to the left. Very interesting driving position, but it's actually a little bit of power steering here, which is kind of interesting. And short stubby nose. TVRs are really cool, really boutique-y cars from England. And Trevor Wilkinson, the TVR there, he was very innovative with chassis design. They made kind of a space frame where you were sitting low, and that was really innovative. It was the mid-50s, so you know, that's when a lot of innovation was going on. And sure enough, eventually they came up with successful designs. They had a lot of struggles at first, and you know, they've always had their struggles kind of making money. And I believe someone else owns them now, but they're rumored to be producing a car around 2019. It never happened, but somebody does own it, so hopefully they will come out. But you know, people like Jeremy Clarkson, Top Gear, he loves these. And to have one that's left-hand drive, you know, they did come to America. The later ones, they stopped bringing them to America because they didn't want to deal with traction control and ABS and all the federal demands, because these are drivers' cars. These were serious cars that, you know, people in England would buy. Think Lotus maybe even, but you know, simplify and add lightness, but even more boutique-y, less known, and still very, very cool, innovative designs. Absolutely wonderful. I have a video where actually Wayne Carini is searching out for a Griffith. Those are the ones with a really big engine in them. And you can see my Lotus Europa in that car. I love British cars. I have a bunch of them. I bought an MGF and drove it on the Nürburgring, licensed it over there. And I actually tell you how to import a car. But a lot of these are being imported nowadays. The ones that are 25 years old under the show or display exemption, which I also have another video on with kind of how Bill Gates got his XJ220 in America. But yeah, TVRs are super desirable, but very rare. And to have one left-hand drive like this is even more rare. And wow, I can't wait to get it out on the road here a bit. Okay, the owner says I can give it the beans. Let's make sure this is not a cop, which is not. Okay. Wow, that's awesome. The steering, you know, whereas in the Iso Grifo that I reviewed earlier, this is pretty darn tight steering for 1974. I reviewed a 70, I believe about a 74 Jensen GT, which is the shooting brake version of the Jensen Healey convertible, and you know, in terms of that sort of boutique English sort of car, that one has a Lotus engine in it, the twin cam. But this one with that TR6, I finally did drive a TR6, and it was great. You know, do you want a convertible or do you want this? This is awesome. Woo! So good. And a lot of torque, you know, it's got more torque than horsepower, and you can really feel it. I mean, 0 to 60 in 9, I think my Lotus Europa is like a 0 to 60 in 10, but it feels quicker than that. This is a car that really responds. That fiberglass body shell, you know, 2,200 and change pounds, that's super, super light. And you can feel it. This car, you feel like you can just place it and it wants to go. This is a this is a driver's car. That's why these cars are so popular. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Trevor. You did a good job. This is a true classic British sports car, the 2500M. Wow. So good. Shifts well, drives well, as I said. And you know, I like to show up to car shows with something that nobody else has. That's why I import cars from Europe. My MGF that I drove on the Nürburgring, my Fiat Barchetta. I even have a Ginetta G26. That's another super boutique manufacturer, basically a kit car manufacturer. But I love a car that you show up at a car show and nobody knows what it is, and this is one of those. I mean, of course, you know, car aficionados, car enthusiasts will know what a TVR is, but it is rare, especially left-hand drive, especially in America. And, wow, it's comfortable. This could be a daily driving classic. Hey, you know, you got to know how to work on these cars. You got to know how to maintain them. So it has a choke, which is kind of a, you know, old-fashioned thing to make sure your car gets warmed up correctly, and then you can push it on back in. But it's got SU carbs, which he said he rebuilt, some bushings and things like that, clutch a little bit, but he just got it. So in terms of the reliability, I mean, it feels super solid to me. You have to kind of pluck two different latches to get the hood up, but this car, another car, the Iso Grifo, I had high hopes for that. It's even better than I thought, and so is this TVR 2500M. This car is amazing, actually. I'm surprised. I really like this, and I think the numbers kind of, they don't really tell the whole story. You know, you say 0 to 60 in 9, but the experience you get being this low, it's like, I have a video, is 60 horsepower better than 600? And you know, in this case, just over 100 horsepower. It is, it can be. My Lancia Zagato that I had back in the day, now I have a Lancia Delta Integrale, but back in the day I had a Lancia Zagato, the Beta Spider in Europe, and that one had about 108 horsepower, and that's a good number. I mean, this car, it actually feels quicker than it actually is. So that's a good thing in a car, and it just, as we go through the turn here, it corners amazingly well. The suspension in this, you know, that's why you don't want a TR6. That's why you want the TVR, because the suspension and the lightweight, you know, the lighter the car, the better it handles, and the faster it is. And this car is really like an improved fastback TR6. You have to sacrifice the convertible, but look, you still get a sunroof, and wow, this is absolutely amazing. The 1974 TVR 2500M. I am absolutely impressed. I shall. And thank you so much for watching. I will hope that you will go below and check out my put it down a second here. Check out my reviews down there. Just search any car in Drivin Ivan, and also the Beatles in London and Liverpool. That's a good video. I see a real Beatle in that video. U2 in Dublin, Jim Morrison's Life and Death in Paris, Jimi Hendrix's Life and Death and Lady Friends in London. And if you like classic rock, watch me play all the instruments on songs like Hotel California, Purple Haze, Should I Stay or Should I Go, Time Bomb by Rancid, a bunch of REM songs, and I'll have links below. Check them out. I'm even doing food reviews now, but yeah, watch a disc golf video. That's a sport you should be playing with your whole family. As I get ready to mash the throttle here in this TVR, again, thanks for watching. I'm Drivin Ivan. Woo. Oh my God, so good. It's so good.